my boys, queens. Hope you got your crowns on. I'm your host, April. I'm living proof. If you have the right mindset, anything is possible. No one escapes negativity, but together you can overcome and learn how to live like the queen you are destined to be. In this podcast, we are going to be talking about boosting confidence, positive body image, health and wellness, mental health, relationships, and self-love. We will be speaking with a therapist, personal trainer, and much more. So grab your teacups and let's have a royal chat. Hello, my boys, queens. I hope you got your crowns on. You too are my boys, kings. Welcome to Queen's Royal Chat. I am your host, April. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing a very sensitive and a very emotional story with you all regarding my health. I was small as a little child, and then as I grew up into my teens, I got more heavier. And I had no idea what was going on with me back then. But I come to find out at the age of 17 or 18, that I had severe sleep apnea. Basically, your airwaves are blocking. So as you're sleeping, you can actually stop breathing for, I don't know, it can be a few times. When I did the sleep study years ago, they said that I stopped breathing about maybe, I want to say, 50 or 60 times in my sleep. I couldn't do really anything because I was always tired. I wanted to go to sleep. It was just a disaster back then, and I had no idea what it even was. Back in 2006, I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was going on my way to my doctor's appointment on the bus in Brooklyn, on my way, and I was about to get off my stop. But unfortunately, I missed the stop because I went to sleep. So I had to walk 8 blocks back to my doctor's office because I fell asleep and I missed the stop. As I got into my doctor's office, I saw my doctor. She was actually going to get paperwork so we can start the process on me getting I believe it was a BiPAP machine at that time. So as she walked out the room, I fell asleep again, but this time I had no knowledge of it because the next time I actually opened my eyes, I had lights all over me. I had all of these doctors and nurses surrounding me, and I'm like, I had this tube down my throat, and I had no knowledge of what was going on. And my doctor actually came downstairs. After a while, they took the tubing out, and my eyes is all over the place because I'm like, what's going on? The last I remember, I was sitting with my doctor, and we were going over the paperwork for the machine. My doctor comes down, and the look on her face was, it was just, I can't even describe the look because she was just so happy to see me alive. And as she started talking to me, she said, April, oh my God, I can't even believe you're awake. And I said, well, what happened? And she's like, well, you actually passed out and I was trying to wake you and I couldn't. So I had to call a code blue. And from there, they, the doctors and whatnot, they took you in, and I kept trying to check on you to see what was going on, but this was a few days ago. And I'm like, so basically I was actually in a coma, and she just basically gave it to me out raw and just told me. you have to lose this weight. If not, you're going to die. That was it. And I have the utmost gratitude for her. I can't even find her to thank her for everything she did. That was the realest thing I've ever heard a doctor tell me to my face. And she said it out in the open. Lose weight, or guess what? You die. It's either one. So my doctor came up with a plan, her and her supervisor. They actually moved me upstairs. I had my own room. And from there, I was in the hospital for like another week, I believe. Because at that point in time, I couldn't walk 15 steps. The sleep apnea was that bad. I was going to sleep every 2-3 minutes. So, as I was in the hospital, I waited for family. No one showed up. The doctors and nurses were so good to me there. They were excellent. And I think about a week and a half later, my doctor actually set up a plan and said, we're going to send you to a rehabilitation center. I know you're all like, a rehab? No, not drugs. It's not what you think. It was a rehabilitation center for bariatric people that's, overweight. And at that point, I was 19. And the place was on Long Island. I've been on Long Island one time. I was scared. I was nervous. Everything you can feel. I don't really recall me having a decision to make, because I believe she made that decision for me. And, she kept telling me, you are going to live. I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that you live. I had physical therapy helping me, walk and take steps every day and walk around the hospital. I was doing it like 2-3 times a day to get me actually started walking back again. That was very, very scary to hear the words of, you have to lose the weight or else you're going to die. I was scared. I was nervous. I wasn't really sure of what was going on with me and what would happen with me going forward. It's so hard to even sit and talk about that time. I wanted to hide. Honestly, back then, I don't even know how I was actually walking around, doing anything, going anywhere, because I felt like I was no one. That's the worst feeling. You're feeling like you're no one. You feel like you're not worthy of anything. You're not anyone. Basically, you're just on earth just to be on earth. And that's how having that weight and having sleep apnea, that's how I was feeling back then. Just to think about back then to now, it makes me very emotional. If myself now can go back and tell that younger version, April, I would do the same thing my doctor actually did. It wouldn't be any talking about, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to do this and that, we're going to eat healthy. I would force the younger April to handle her business and get this weight off. I am totally a new and improved April compared to back in 2000 and I believe that was like 5 or 6. I'm going to talk more about my rehabilitation and things in that nature, and we're going to get a little bit more into the story. Keep it classy, keep it real, and remember, when that crown starts to tilt just a little bit, don't worry about it. We're going to fix it on the next episode of Queen's Royal Chat. I am your host,